sit down.
So the idea of a bulk is, as the name suggests, get big quick. All right? I kind of do a nutrition overload. You know, I probably go a bit too far on my bulking. You know, I lose pretty much all toning, all manner of definition just because I eat like crazy. I don't really pay attention to the detail, as it were, which isn't always the best way, but it is just for massing up in my mind. The type of training I would do on a bulk is a lot more high intensity, you know, especially with the weights. I pretty much cut out cardio altogether, which is, some people say is wrong, but works for me. You know, and I will just exclusively train weights. A lot of the block dead movements, and a couple of minor movements, but mainly we're talking about the mass moves, the deadlifts, the squats, you know, bench press and all these sort of things. Just a little tip, because you do have to ingest a lot of food. I would have chili, a lot of hot food, because by having a little bit of chili actually increases your metabolism, and having a higher metabolism allows you to eat more and allows it to be used more effectively. So if you are trying to bulk and you are trying to put on a bit of muscle, just try having a bit of spicy food. Trust me, it works. Now we're onto the cut. I think I did a cut, how long ago? A couple, 6 months ago I did a cut. Worst experience of my life. No lie. I was down to 50 grams of carbohydrates a day, apart from on Sundays where I could eat like 300 grams. And you compare that to what I'm on now, which is about 700 grams of carbs. And this is getting up in the morning, having half a banana, and doing cardio for 45 minutes. So I go for a run 45 minutes. You know, no coffee, just half a banana, because that helps you not lose muscle, just strip the fat. Okay? I hated it. You know, you're essentially eating, you know, lettuce and soy, you know, all day, every day. Absolutely hated it. Yeah, the idea of a cut is to lose all the body fat and maintain as much of the muscle as you can. You will lose muscle on a cut. It's inevitable. But by the amount you should have put on by your bulk, it should level out quite nicely, I think. I think you should still be a lot bigger than if you try to maintain a cut form throughout the year. Right? The type of training in a cut, basically weights take a back seat. My weight training went down. I still went to the gym the same amount of time and trained similar exercises, but nowhere near as intense. You know, I wouldn't try to pick up, you know, 200 kilos and shrug, you know, for however many reps I could. I think, right, perfect technique, very slow, very light weights, you know, but cardio is the main driving force of your training. I was running in the morning and at night, about 45 minutes to an hour, just in order to try to strip the fat. Right. The reason that you run, essentially, early in the morning and late at night, because these are sort of the best times for cardio if you're trying to lose weight. We're not talking about fitness here. I think I'm not trying to be able to run a marathon. I'm just trying to lose fat here. I'm not accounting on time or speed. I'm just trying to lose fat. Okay? So by doing that in the morning and doing that late at night, your body reacts better to it before stripping fat. It doesn't. Why late at night? Do you know what? I actually don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know why exactly. I know in the morning, because your body's already in a starved state. You know, at night time, I think maybe it's something to do with you've done the run, so your body is in more of that state or more of that mindset, because your body does change.
I think it's to stop your body turning what you've eaten during the day into fat overnight.
That would make sense. That would make sense. No, I would agree with you. And I think definitely on a cut, you know, also on a bulk, that would probably be an idea to have a little run at night time. I think you are having so little carbs. Alright, a couple of little tricks for losing weight, because that's what everyone really wants, isn't it? I know I want to lose weight, that sort of thing. You don't lose any weight. Oh, I won't tell you. Shut your ears, that's alright. Jesus Christ. Right, good. Mustard seed and such foods, right? They will increase the thermogenic effect, which The thermogenic effect of food is how it digests and how many calories you use digesting it. Protein, very high on it. You know, it takes a lot of calories to just digest what protein you're eating, which is why you have to have so much. Right? I can't remember the exact thing. It's like if you have 30 grams of protein, like 5 to 6 or whatever will be used just through digestion. So you can imagine you're sort of playing catch up, and the more you eat, the more calories it takes there. You know? But mustard seed helps this for losing weight, which is what you want. You want to use more calories, don't you? You want to eat and use more calories using the food, blah, 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 in order to cut down. Vitamin C oxidizes the fat, which just helps it pass through. Yet again, it gets your body into a state of losing weight. And the big one, no sugar and no salt, which makes your food even blander than before. Alright, the reason is, this is mainly water retention. Because water retention just, you lose more water, you look a lot ripped, you know, your muscles come out a lot more, you lose a lot more fat. You actually look skinnier than you are, you know. And sugar holds its weight in water. So if you have a teaspoon of sugar, you'll hold a teaspoon of water for everybody, kind of thing. Now, salt, or sodium, holds 7 times its weight in water. So you have a teaspoon of sodium, salt, you're having 7 teaspoons of water retained in your system, which is, as a bodybuilder, you don't want. As someone who wants abs, you know, you can have by all means, but if you want that really dry, crisp, hard look, you don't want it. Okay? Any questions on that so far?
Are your aims solely aesthetic?
Yes, I'm really vain.
No, the
thing is, no, I see where you're going from. I'm doing this for a sport. I want to compete in bodybuilding. I want to be on stage in the little pants, shaved up, tanned up.
Don't forget the oil.
Don't forget the oil. You should see at home, I've got this box just waiting. I've got the fake tans, got the oils, I've got the wax strips. You have fun with that.
Oh, yeah.
I just haven't quite found a thong that I think suits me. But I'm looking, don't worry, I'm on it, trust me. But yeah, my goals are purely aesthetic. I want to compete. And I joke around, but it's not, bodybuilding in my mind isn't walking around like, hey baby, you know, sort of, it's kind of like, really, I'm awesome. No, I see it as, this is what I can do, this is what I can be, this is how much effort I've put in, this is the result. And especially that's doubled by the fact I'm a vegan. You know, I'm 21 years old, I'm 17 stone right now. You know, I think I'm doing all right. I'm not quite there yet, ready to compete, but I'm pretty proud of how, you know, and I want to compete against people who aren't vegan, who have said you can't do it, who say all this other manner of rubbish things, or, you know, you've had a hernia and you can't do it and all that. I just want to be, yeah, really. You know, that, I'm very competitive like that, you know, and that is sort of my main driving force. But yeah, it's aesthetics. I'm not really worried about being fit. Yeah.
How long have you been vegan for?
I'm coming up to my 4th year. No, not my 4th year. That's well out. That's
Longer than that.
about 3 years. What was it? I turned vegan when I was, yeah, half 18. Yeah, it's about 3 years. I believe.
Were you bodybuilding before you went vegan?
Oh no, I used to be a strongman. And then I got a hernia by picking up the car, as I explained earlier, which was really stupid. And I kept training with the hernia. What I did was split my abs from there to there. And yeah, I lost everything I gained and went back to a very small weight for me. So I'm tall, I'm quite broad, so I'm quite heavy anyway. So 14 stone for me is quite small. You know, I had no muscles at that time, it was just sort of normal bulk, and I was a lot fatter back then. Stronger. But yeah, I've always been a bodybuilder. I've only been bodybuilding for about, this is my 3rd year of bodybuilding. So, we're getting there. Okay.
When you're doing a cut, do you feel faint all the time?
Yes. I'm not going to lie, I was, you know, I've actually passed out during a cut when I'm doing a leg session. You know, not all the time, but it has happened. And that's mainly me not eating properly. That's not a normal thing. You don't have to do that to lose weight. That's just me being, yeah, I'm right. I can do it. I don't need any carbs before I train. No? I'm still learning. I'm even learning myself. That's why this is called a brief introduction, because I'm not going into sodium levels in the body. I can't explain exactly how things are stored, blah blah blah. I can just tell you what has worked for me, and I can just tell you roughly as a vegan how to get big and how to get a six-pack. One of the ways. I'm sure there are hundreds of other ways, but this is my way and it seems to be working.
What protein brand do you have?
What?
What soy protein brand?
What soy protein brand I have my protein special because it's cheap. I think a lot of people. I haven't got a lot of money. I don't earn a lot. I only earn about 14k a year. And that with holding the car, rents, and all these kind of things, it doesn't leave much for eating 8 times a day and having 2 shakes.
Yeah, how do you find the time?
How do I find the time?
Like, I guess in that is, of those 8 meals, how many are those protein shakes? I mean, talking about them being meals, just 2.
2.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I have cheated by having sort of rye bread sandwiches and things like that. Because when I'm at work, I'm kind of like, I'm going to the toilet. Go behind the back and I'm like, and then I go back to the factory.
Have you tried any other proteins?
I've tried hemp proteins, I've tried all these other kind of things, and you know what I've actually learned, which is I really must tell people, it doesn't really matter. Alright, people are so concerned, I think, about supplements. Should I take creatine, should I take this, should I take that? What about L-glutamine? What about amino acid complex? What about, soy hemp proteins? Which one's better? Pea protein. Get yourself a protein powder and drink it after a workout. That's my biggest tip. Just, if you get enough protein, you're going to be all right. I mean, if you were, 300 pounds, these amazing sort of like Mr. Olympia stuff, then you can worry about what protein to have and when. They have sort of 4 different types of protein they'll have at different times of the day. Then we can worry about it. But right now, I think, if you want to get big, just have the protein. Don't make it too complicated on yourself. Because, well, what's the point? If you can get a soy protein for, 11 pounds as opposed to a hemp protein, which is, 50 pounds or whatever, because they are expensive. They are good, and they are probably better. But you've got to think about it. And what is best for you? Are you raw? If you're raw, go for hemp protein, because soy is processed. It depends your ethics and what you want. But I would just say, it doesn't matter. It's never made an effect on me hugely. Okay? Is there any more? Actually, what's the time? So I've got round of forces now. 25 past. Right. I'll be accepting questions downstairs. Unfortunately, I didn't have too much time to go on to the training. But if you would like any training tips or anything, please give me an email, which I will give out, obviously, at the vegan stall. Or you can email veganbodybuilding.com, or sorry, .org even, with Pete, because he is actually a vegan nutritionist and fantastic. Helped me a lot, actually. But yes, so any tips, anything, please give me a shout. And I'll come to you if you had a question.
Yeah, you talked about the testosterone balance.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of kind of bullshit studies, but I know that soy has an estrogen.
Yeah, they think that soy, if you eat soy, heightens your estrogen. I don't seem to be struggling from that. Okay. There are studies, I mean, I've got studies for, I've got studies against. I honestly can tell you I don't think it makes it hasn't made me more offended. I hope. There's something I need to think about. But yeah, no, any other questions? I will go out of the way because I think this gentleman would like to chat now.
Okay.